Welcome to West Country Wanderings and welcome to delightful Devon. Today I'm in South Devon, close to the Paignton and Dartmouth Steam Railway. I'm also very close to the former railway station at Churston. I'll have a look at that later, perhaps a separate video on that. But it's not a railway series one today. I'm going to go on a walk to a place called Elbury Cove, which is the most delightful place. So why not join me for a wander here in South Devon down to the coast. Now this is the first time I've been back to the Brixham area, a place called Churston, which is halfway between Paignton and Brixham. And it was close to here. I did my last video from this area way back in March 2021, just a couple of months after I started the channel here, West Country Wanderings. I was living in South Devon at the time, and shortly after I left here, I remember it was a very wet day, I did one last video. I finished working over there in Brixham, a couple of miles away. I remember going on to Galmpton Common, and it chucked it down with rain. I'll put a link to the description of that video, or link to that video at the end of this one, description of this video today, if you want to have a look at that. But the rain was torrential. So come back here today. It's now almost mid-September in 2023, some 2.5 years later. Yes, we're in a heat wave. Not a cloud in the sky. It's really warm as well. So we're going to continue our walk down here. First of all, we're going to go towards Churston Court, and in that location there is a delightful church as well. The footpath I'm following at the moment is called, or rather I'm on the road, so the footpath follows the road, quietish road at the moment, and it's called the John Musgrove Trail, and I've come across that many times before on my wanders around South Devon. I think John Musgrove was a gentleman that lived in Totnes, not that far from here, and he actively campaigned to have footpaths, good footpaths for the local people in South Devon, and this is a really good example. So we'll be coming off the tarmac bit of it shortly. And here we have Elbury Lane, and just goes to show the different spellings on the ice map. Elbury Cove, or Elbury Cove, E-L-B-U-R-Y is how it's spelt. But you have this alternative spelling here. That also takes you down to the cove, but it's a private drive, so the footpath doesn't go down that way. You're not allowed down that way. But we're going to continue down this way towards Churston Court and the church. Oh, one other thing to point out, that Elbury Lane also goes through there. There was originally a bridge there. There's possibly a separate video coming up about that. That was the old Brixham branch line, which ran from Churston to Brixham. We're now on Green Lane. Sorry about the flare there, because the sun is getting to a lower angle now. It gets dark about 8 o'clock. I think we're about 5:30. This is called Green Lane, and this lane on it has two other footpaths, or two other trails. So we've got the first one that I mentioned, the John Musgrove Trail, also the Greenway Trail. Now Greenway is the former home of Agatha Christie. Her house lies just the other side of Churston there, at Galmpton, just on the edge of Brixham, which is now a National Trust property. Fantastic place with gardens that go right down to the River Dart. So behind me here is a magnificent Churston Ferrers Church. This is of course the churchyard in front of it. I've just come out a little way from the John Musgrove Trail, which follows down following the Churston golf course and the golf links. Over that side though is Churston Court, which is now a pub stroke hotel, guest house, that sort of thing. But yeah, so this is the heart of the original village. At one time, of course, it's built up around, and now it kind of merges with both Paignton and Brixham, but there's still a lot of green space in between. Must admit there's a very pleasant breeze that's got up now. As I say, it's been hot for over a week and I haven't been able to film very much. I did one video which was very early in the morning in the Cotswolds to avoid the heat, but I haven't done much else at all, so sorry that there hasn't been that much content. But I've come down to South Devon just for a couple of days just to film around here and explore old haunts once more. But it has been very intense, the heat, but the breeze going up is making it quite pleasant here this lovely evening here in South Devon. Now I'm about to start crossing Churston golf course. Now when I was doing the Cotswold Way I seemed to cross many of these, but I'm going to concentrate now so I don't get hit by a ball, so I'll see you the other side. Now the footage will probably go all dark and grainy because we're just about to enter a wood, but it's still very, very pleasant though, sheltering me from the intensity of the sun. So I was glad to be off the golf course though. I get very, very nervous. Sorry, I'm just an outline I guess at the moment until the camera adjusts to the darkness. But yeah, I'll just fiddle with that a minute. But you've got this wonderful woodland here. Our trail to Elbury Cove goes off down this way. And there's our first tantalising glimpse of the sea, and that's looking across Torbay towards the town of Torquay. Well, here we are at the incredible Elbury Cove. It's a busy, warm, late summer's evening here in Torbay. People out enjoying this wonderful beach here. The sea is very, very clear, and you have that building there. And I don't know what that building used to be. I was actually talking about this with one of my subscribers the other day, and although I lived in this area for many years, visited Elbury Cove many times, I never knew what that was. Maybe it's a posh person's bathing hut. If you do know, please drop a line the usual way in the comments below. Thought we'd have a closer look at this building with some people there earlier on. They've moved now, so yeah, it looks like it's some old gearing mechanism there, so definitely not a posh person's bathing hut. Now that there I've come across in South Devon before, and I believe it's winding gear to pull up small boats into the cove. I don't think it's anything to do with the building itself. It's probably been moved there or been pushed up there by some heavy storm force. And surrounding that building you have this very large unsturdy wall. Now coming away from Elbury Cove, making way to Broadsands. We're now looking down towards Churston Point, and the weather has decidedly taken a turn. I don't know whether it's going to start raining or not, but we'll head down to the beach, Broadsands, and wrap the video up there. It's a very odd quality of the light this evening. It's not usually like the orange effect you get when the sun starts to set, but it's a strange mixture. I can't quite put it into words. Next to the beach at Broadsands you have this large farm, an extensive farmhouse, and I believe they have stables and do riding lessons as well. At least they used to when I lived here. So here we are at Broadsands Beach, famous for its coloured blue huts. Well, also Goodrington, a bit further around the headland there, is also famous for that. It's also famous for something railway related. We'll be able to have a look at that shortly. So this is Kohana, which is where I got my coffee and chips from. They've also got a licensed bar there as well. Do lots of good food right on the beach, which is just there. And you have a contrast of huts here at Broadsands. The ones behind me, which I've just shown, are multicoloured, but these are all in pastel shades. The day is slowly winding down. It's now about 7 o'clock and people are starting to pack up and go back to their accommodation or go back home. So no surprise for guessing why this is called Brunel Road. Yes, the viaduct above. It's built by Elbury Kingdom Brunel. Carries the railway line between Paignton and Kingswear. Also once carried the line to Brixham as well, from Churston. But it's still used as a steam line between Paignton, I think it's still called Queen's Road, and Kingswear Station, just opposite from the town of Dartmouth. A rather noble and impressive structure. That viaduct really is. And the viaduct is known as Hook Hills Viaduct. Construction commenced in 1860 and was opened by the railway company in 1864. Designed by Elbury Kingdom Brunel, of course. Its fine arches. It's 85 feet and 116 yards long. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the tour down to Elbury Cove and along to Broadsands Beach here in South Devon. Done some 50 videos now on the content of Devon. Have a look at the Devon playlist. There'll be another video coming up in the not too distant future somewhere in the West Country. Till now, take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, and I hope to see you on the channel again very, very soon. All the best for now. Bye bye.